Alright, hello everyone, welcome back. I'm your friend InsaxO. Today I'm gonna show you guys how can I will not show you guys something interesting. I just wanna do some more experiments on the game development. For now, as you already know, I have created a 3D character that could be able to run and jump and fly to some extent, but to be honest, it's quite stuck on my old or on my daily development computer. So I was thinking about maybe I should instead of using the 3D technology, how about we just make some 2D games? And of course, we will just wanna put the 2D kind of stuff into the 3D world. It's like, when our girl go into some place, then the whole scene will be switched into a 2D view, and that's what I want to do. But for this case, I do not really want to do the process of working through, but instead I just jump into the process of creating the 2D world. So at the beginning, what I'm gonna do is to wait a minute. So at the beginning, what we should do is to create a new scene. I don't know why, but my new system cannot be zoomed up. Sorry. I don't know why, but my new system will be broke if I turn on the zoom up theory. So I just do it in the original resolution. So we're gonna create a scene, and I'm gonna call this scene 2D world. Yeah, and we're gonna collect that scene. Now we would say nothing for now. That was quite normal because we indeed have nothing in there. What we are going to do is to create a game that was similar to this type of game. In China, they call it 消消乐. In the foreigner or in English-based country, I don't know how they call it, but it's just something like this. We'll be creating something like this. Alright, let's get started. At the first, we would need to set the camera. I don't even know where the camera is. To be honest, I don't see it anywhere. Alright, let's forget about it. For now, no, I still think that's very important for us to set the camera. Okay, here's the camera. It's just something like this, right? Then we will need to create a ton of cubes. Let me do a count for these cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 columns. How many rows we have to use? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's a line times time. It's a line times line matrix. At the first, I would say we will need to add a cube, because for each one it's a cube. Well, that cube is just too small. Yeah, compared to our camera, it's just too small. I couldn't say it anywhere. So I'm gonna either change the camera size or change the cube size. Now for this case, I'll just change the cube. Let's 10 it by 10. Alright, now we got a perfect cube. Gonna move it for a little bit. Then go to a camera. This is how it looks like. We got a cube out there. Alright. For now, what I'm gonna do is to use the code, or use our code to create a matrix based on this cube. Yeah, how can we do that? I'm gonna create a new folder, and I'm going to call it 3.2D world. Okay, that's it. Then from our past experience, what we need to do is to put some scripts into it. For now, I'm gonna create a C# script. Then I'm going to give it a name. Let's say I'll call it a cube matrix. Alright, I don't know if I could just open it with VS Code. Yeah, we could. Then I'm going to do a test about it. For example, I'm going to say if I could have the auto completion available for us to use. Yeah, let me just copy this and paste it here. Transform dots. Yeah, we got the auto completion available. That's cool. Even though I almost forgot about all those grammar stuff about of the C#, but that's fine. That won't prevent us from doing the programming with this, because I was already a master of programming. At least I think so. So how can I make this cube a matrix? Well, at the beginning, we'll probably try to create a matrix first. Because I don't want to do it by myself, so I'm gonna search Unity C# create a matrix. Yeah, for a matrix, it's nothing but a 2D array, two-dimensional array. So we could create it as simple as this. The really hard problem is how can we initialize it? Okay, here we go. This is the code that we are looking for. So at the beginning, at the start, when we start the game, what we want to do is to create a matrix. So I'm going to call it matrix. And it's a bunch of integer. For now, it's a line times line matrix. Yeah. So for each cube, it will be 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we have line row of this. Sorry. Yeah, we have line row of this. So I'm gonna paste it for line times. All right. Now we got a perfect matrix. But I don't know if it's correct, so let me do this. At the beginning, I need to define it at the top of everything. I don't know if it's working or not, but I do my best to make it work. Okay, so at the beginning, I'll just print it out for all those metrics. How can we do that? So how can we loop all those numbers? We're gonna use 2-for loop here to be able to do that kind of loop. So for this case, I'll just use the height of that matrix. Then I'll just use the width of that matrix. So in the end, inside of the second loop, inside of the second for loop, I just print out all those values that I have. And to be honest, that would be just, let me say, system cancel right. That's probably not right. I just want to print it out inside of the Unity console. So in this case, I'll just use the debug log function here. Yeah, I don't know if this function supports formats syntax, but we could do it in this way. Let me say. So I print out the matrix I and J. Then that will be a mess. Then for each row, I just print out a new line so that we know it's a new line, or maybe two new lines. Okay, for now everything is just fine. What I'm gonna do is to attach this stuff into, let's say, one object. Let me create a new object called somewhere it should be an empty project. Yeah, create empty. I'm going to call it game controller. Okay, and I'm going to attach this script into that object. All right. So for this case, for each time if we run the game, oh shit, I thought we would be able to get some output from the cancel, but why can't I see anything? That's weird. Was that normal? I don't know. So at the beginning, I'll just print out something like this. I just print out inside. So all right, let me run it again. Yeah, still say not. Oh shit, what is that? That's weird. So let me just try to open the console somewhere. So sad that I cannot find it anywhere. Alright, for some reason I found where the console located. Yeah, it's right in here. So for now, as you would say, let me clean it out for now. Whenever I run the game, I get a bunch of 1 printed out that represents that matrix. Okay, so for now, my mission is to duplicate that cube into a matrix. How can we do that? Well, the first I need to add a variable right in here. I'm gonna call it public game object cube. Yeah, then I'm going to assign that cube object into the script. For now, we get the cube variable. The problem is, how can we spawn a bunch of different cube to a scene? How can we do that? I'm going to go to my blog. Yeah, as you know, we got a function called instantiate. With this function, we would be able to duplicate our cube for as many times as we like. Yeah, the only problem is that we need to calculate the right position for that cube. For the rotation, it's really doesn't matter. What really matters is position. Yeah. So how can we actually calculate out that position? For the position, I don't know which variable it is. Oh, it's a vector3 variable. Vector3 variable. For now, I just call it position. Okay. Since it's a vector3, we could say new vector3 with a corresponding X, Y, and Z stuff. Yeah, it's working. I didn't expect that. Let me say, how can we actually calculate out the position? Yeah, let me back into the scene. So for now, the Z position, it's not really matters. We just have to keep the Z as the original one. What really matters is all about the X and Y axes. Let me see what it takes. It takes a float. So float Z would be just equal to the cube dot position dot Z. That's a fixed one. Sorry, that would be cube transform dot position dot Z. Okay. Then it's about the X and Y and it's about the X. What kind of the X it should have? It should have, let me say, we're gonna have a basic variable, and I'm going to call it. It should be a float or int, whatever it doesn't matter. Let's say it's a float. It's the distance between cubes, and for this value, I'll just set it to 10 for convenience. But I don't know. I don't really sure how. Okay, let me just set it to 100. All right, then for the X. It should be we should take that the cube that we gave to this script as the base position. Then I'm gonna add the distance between cubes times the width. And for now, the width is I. I guess that's not very intuitive, so I'm gonna change this I to Y. Then change the J to X. Then we will not be able to use Z as a parameter, as a new variable. So for now, I just call it position Z and position X. Okay, that will be more intuitive. So for now, we get the position X. How about the position Z? Oh, sorry, position Y. As I said before, we should take the original cube's Y as a base Y. Then we're gonna add the distance between cubes times the Y. Okay, for now, what I'm gonna do is put those position X, position Y, and position Z as a whole position. Then I'm gonna initialize a new object with that position that we have. I guess now we got everything we need. So what we need to do is just to run this game. Here we go. We got something nice, but you cannot see it. If we go to the scene, we could say 3 of them. That's not so good. Let me say where it goes wrong. Okay, so for this case, I'll just move the cube into the top left of our camera. Then I just decrease the cube space to 10. Now if I run the game again, it says the index was outside the bounds of the array. I don't know who wrote the whole script, but it's alright. So I should probably change this X to 0. Alright. Let me run it again. Should be fine. Yeah, so for this time we get a lot of different cubes. The only problem is that I cannot see it. Oh, I know why I cannot see it. We should change the camera for a little bit, or change the cube for a little bit. Should be. That was quite hard. Okay, let me try it again. Yeah, was that normal? Now let me just change it to 100. For now I can, as you could say, we get quite a lot of different cubes, but the camera position is still not right. I'm going to rotate it for a little bit, or yeah, how can I set it correct? First about the camera, I'm gonna set the rotation to 0 and the Z to 0. Or how about we just reset the position of it? Okay, alright, then we're gonna go back to look at our code. For this case, the Y, what we did for the Y is to add something to it. Which is probably not right. For the X we should add, for the Y we should minus. For now we got a quite good view. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, we do not have the line. So I'm gonna move this cube for a little bit. Probably I'll just reset the position of it. Okay. Now I just move it into the top left corner. Yeah, for now if we run it, we see nothing. That's quite normal. What I'm gonna do is to move it for a little bit. Then we try it again. Well, we still see nothing. That's weird. Oh. Okay, that's quite normal. What we need to do is to move this cube a little bit farther. Yeah, just something like that. Well, I always found that it's very hard to set the position right. Yeah, to be honest, it's even worse. So how do they actually made such a matrix that are available to our users? How they did that? That's kind of interesting. Alright, let me reset the position of the cube first. Now it's on the ground. Now what I'm gonna do is to move the camera to the top of our cube. Then I'm going to rotate our camera so that it could face our cube directly. How about we rotate the Z position for 100, 108? Well, that's not working. Then how about we rotate the Z for 108? Yeah, how about 360? Shit. Oh man, that makes sense. How about we rotate the X position? Yeah, it's kind of working. I can see that, I can feel it. How about we change it to 19? Oh, god damn it. For now, we finally made it right. We got a perfect top-down view. Yeah, the only problem is that we need to move the cube into the top left corner. It's probably too much. Let me put it back for a little bit. Yeah, okay, that was interesting. What is that? Okay, so for now, if you look at this graph, you know that I should make our camera a little bit higher. Okay, yeah, if we look at if we look at it this way, we will generally notice that for now the z and x had to be changed, but the y should remain the same. No way. That was interesting. I don't know where it's wrong. Should be right. Okay. After I changed the distance into 10, we finally got it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we get 8. That's not right. I'm gonna change the distance to 5. Now we get 9 of the cubes. Not bad. What I'm gonna do is to increase the size of our cube for a little bit. So I'm gonna change its size to 10 or 5. Let me suggest we're gonna increase it by 2. Kind of nice, but I guess we could make it better. How about we time it to by 3? Okay, this is fine for now. So what I'm gonna do is to move it back for a little bit. How about right in there? Alright. Gonna move it top for a little bit. Yeah, we're almost there. Oh, that's too much. Here we go. I guess this is fine. So for now, we got a perfect matrix. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is to use our mouse to collect those cubes and make it disappear. That's a general action for a game like this. You know, when we touch some item or touch some object, that object will be disappeared. That's what I'm gonna do. So how can we do that? Alright, then what I'm gonna do is to do some coding, right in here. It depends on what we are doing. So let's get into the code. Instead of the update kind of thing, well, we will need to get to the camera. So let me do this. Here we need to have that camera available, public. Let's say if I could say camera right here. Camera. Yeah, camera is an object, so that's fine. Use a new keyword if hiding was intended. What is that? I don't think so. Let me say, for now, if we go back to our game and we go to the corresponding scene, go to the, here we go, we get a cameras kind of thing. I'm gonna move the main camera into it. Alright. So now we could be able to access to the camera. Then for each time we will send out a ray. And if this ray hates something, we'll get something like this. We could do something like this. We could compare the tag with something. But before we do that, we need to make sure to give our cube a tag. Yeah, we already have that cube tag. I shall definitely use that. So cube tag. All right. I'm gonna say if that's if the object we had is the cube, then we will destroy that object. How can I do that? Game objects dot destroy. No, there has no such a thing. I need to refer to my blog. I just want to destroy something. Alright, here we go. There has a simple function called destroy. Then we give it the game object. After that, the object would be destroyed successfully without any problem. So for now, I think I almost did everything that I could do. What I'm gonna do now is to run our game, and we should see some results back. Alright, now if I move my mouse to any of those cubes, that cube would be basically being destroyed, and that's exactly what I want. Yeah, that was almost cool, but the problem is now I didn't do the click, then the cube was destroyed. That's not what I want. What I really want is to destroy that cube when I click my mouse. That's kind of difference. So here's a function that I could use. We could use the if keyword or function, or let's say it's just the keyword. We could use the if keyword to determine if we have the left mouse down, and if so, we do the detection and do something about it. All right, I guess everything is fine for now. What we need to do is to run this game again and do some experiment with it. For now, if I click my mouse, I could destroy one of those cubes one by one. And this is what I did. I want to draw a face out of this cube. Let me do it again. All right, let me do my best attempt to make it right. We got two eyes, we got our node, probably this. Oh, that's probably too much. Then we got our big mouse out somewhere. Oh, this is probably not that obvious to you. So I'm gonna do it again. We got the eyes, we got the nose, then we got the big smile. Here we go. This is probably more obvious for everyone to know that it's a face. Yeah, basically for now, what we did is the basic stuff, for making a game like this. For now, we have a matrix of cubes, and we can somehow use our mouse to interact with those cubes. And the next step for us to do is to make some logic, or to write some code to change this cube's corner randomly. Then with some logic behind it, for example, when I do the mouse left click, then we check if three of those same corner cube in the same area. If so, we destroy them all. If not, we only destroy the one that we click. But I don't want to do it in this video because I don't have much time for this weekend. But I'll do it next week because I think this is kind of fun. Because for my main private job, I do not do the game development. I do other stuff, for example, the mobile phone application developments or the server programming developments. But I can still do the game development. You know what that means? That means I am capable of doing everything, and I am stronger than anyone else. And that's what I want, and that's what I want to show you guys. Oh, it's kind of strong B, but that's fine. Okay, that's it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.